And the funny thing is that when people look at Bitcoin, they see its greatest strengths as flaws, which is characteristic of new technologies. They look at Bitcoin and they go, but you can't even get the miners and the developers to agree on how to scale the system. Why doesn't one of the groups just say, this is how we're going to do it? Because that's not Bitcoin, because we don't have that ability. There will be an adversarial competition. It is a system of market forces competing against each other. The reason we're in deadlock is because consensus overrides personal ambition, popularity, and everything else. And so they look at Bitcoin and say, you keep squabbling, you can't make a decision. Yep. By design. Feature, not bug. They look at Bitcoin and they say, but you can't reverse a transaction. Payments are irreversible. And they say, that's a problem, that's a bug. How can you do that? What if something goes wrong? Who do I call to reverse the transaction? Feature, not bug. Bitcoin guarantees execution of the scripts you put into it. Now, if you put the script that says, hey, Sandeep, here's 1 Bitcoin, I hope you send me that TV I ordered, that's the script that's going to be irreversible and guaranteed by the network. Not a very good script, because Sandeep may not send the television. And there's no one who can make that Bitcoin come back to you other than Sandeep once you sent it. Yeah. So that's one form of irreversible promise. Of course, that's not the only promise I can get the network to guarantee. I can say, hey, Sandeep, here's a Bitcoin. It's currently locked in a multi-signature address for the next 30 days. After 30 days, if there is no dispute, it will automatically transfer to you, but upon verification by a third party who I've chosen to elect, this trustworthy party or that trustworthy party. I can introduce third parties if I want to. I just don't have to. I can introduce reversibility if I want to. But if I write that script is irreversible. And I can choose who my escrow agent is. And I can choose who does dispute resolution. So I can take the very core feature of irreversibility and I can apply it and soften that promise and make it consumer protection through programmable money. It's a feature, not a bug. Bitcoin is this strange being. It really is. It violates everything we think we know about money, and it forces us to consider whether we actually understood money in the first place. So, do you remember when you were in school and you did that class about basic economics and money? No? You neither? We didn't do it either. You'd think that one of the world's most ancient technologies, one of the resounding artifacts of human civilization, currency, the system of trade that is the basis and dominates our lives in many ways, would be an important topic at school. Not one day. Maybe in some places you get a brief course in home economics or in history or something like that that gives you this vague idea about money that you really don't understand. Most of us cannot hold a 15-minute conversation with a 6-year-old about money because the 6-year-old has good questions and we have no answers. How does money work, Mommy? Well, the correct answer is, I have not a freaking clue, kid. I think it's something to do with the allocation of special drawing rights through the International Monetary Fund and World Bank in a free-floating system of market exchange currencies that compete through trade balances across an international spectrum of inflation-adjusted exchange rates that then can be used to create local debt that is issued by the Treasury in return for currency that is printed by the central bank, distributed to the banks that leverage it through a system of partial reserve leverage of approximately 10 to 1, and distribute it into the economy, creating either inflationary or deflationary effects, allowing us all to experience the velocity of trade through the exchange of an abstract token that represents the promise of future value depreciated by the rate of inflation and adjusted for the return on investment. So why can't we have more of it, Mommy? Why can't we just give everybody more of it? That conversation doesn't go that way. It usually goes, eat your breakfast, go to bed, clean your room. One day you'll understand. And that's the first lie.
Because you still don't understand.